and it's the cheapest also, is YouTube. Do you understand? It's the best university in the whole world, and it's the cheapest. YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type it there. It will come out. So many great people have spoke about this whole thing. What I'm even saying right now, you go to YouTube and you see people will say much more better than what I'm saying right now. So, but if you are to go to a film school, especially in Nigeria, for example, you go to a film school, I will prescribe Modoc International Institute of Arts. I like them because they are not all practical. They are all they're not all theoretical. They are all practical. They are 95. They are 90. Let's say they're 90% practical, 10% theory. That's straight to the point. Modoc International Institute of Art. Then I think there's this other one. There's Del York. There's Royal Arts Academy. There's this other one in Abuja. HD Film something.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Because I've seen their works too, and they're doing great works. Their movies are actually excellent movies. I respect the guy who owns the school. Then there's these people, Dr. Sylvia. Okay, that's for. I think our school is mainly for actors and yes, actors, mainly for actors too. But I think I can go to those ones. So what I would tell I won't blame our writers. Our writers actually write well. I've seen many writers that write well. I've seen the ones that don't write well too. We have very whack writers, but we have very great writers at the same time. Do you understand? But yes, talk.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so for the part of the so most times the portrayal of the script, most times I think I will blame. Before I should blame the actors. Yes, I know we have poor actors too. Our actors really need to learn so many things, because it's like when they say when I'm teaching acting, I used to say one very funny thing. I say acting is believing. Do you understand? Acting is what? Believing. If you act, and it's my own theory, if you act and we know you are acting, then you have not acted. Sounds funny. If you act and we know you are acting, you have not acted. And let me prove it to you. Why is it that we go for a movie premiere, for example? Abi? We go for a movie premiere, and in the movie premiere, we now see Genevieve there, we see Omotola there during the movie premiere, right? The name of the movie is The Twin Sisters, for example. Omotola, Genevieve. So we go for the movie premiere, we see Omotola, we snap with Omotola, we snap with Genevieve, awesome actresses. They will not sit there in the cinema. Genevieve, I'm sitting in between Genevieve and what? Omotola. Then we're watching the movie. And in the movie, Genevieve now kills Omotola. Omotola is not dying. Omotola is not saying, God, what will happen to me? What kind of epic death? And I am on my seat. Omotola is on my right-hand side. Right or wrong?
Right.
And she's dying on screen, and I'm crying. Why am I crying?
It has moved you.
Do you understand? She made it real.
Real.
Standing by my side, but why am I crying? Because she actually made it what? Real. So most times in Hollywood, our actors are acting. So you're acting. So we already know that you're acting. It's not looking real at all. I tell people one very funny thing. Please don't get me twisted. I don't tell it to children when I'm teaching children, though. But I tell adults who are mature enough. I tell them, I say, I believe every actor, every good liar should be a great actor. But when they put camera in people's front, now everybody now becomes very funny. Because for you to convince me that you are hungry when you're not hungry.
It's yourself.
You understand? So if we actors can be able to do that, convince people when we are not it, but convince them that we are it, then we are making a very big progress. So I blame the directors more, not the actors these days. I blame the directors more in the industry. This is why I blame the directors. The directors will be saying that the actors are not good. We don't have good actors in the industry. And yes, there's a point to that. But then again, why I blame the directors is that if the actor has finished acting, if it's not good enough, you tell the person what? Cut. Redo it again, right? Good. So if the movie comes out and the actor is not looking good in the movie, that means you saw the actors acting and you said it was great.
Good job. Good job, guys.
Good job. They actually asked you, sir, is it good enough for you? You said what? It's the best. Then it goes out there and the movie, and we now watch the movie and not like, see this stupid actress, cannot go as a nonsense acting. And director, you were doing it happening. I understand that, yes, there is a fact of money and we have to shoot the film very quick and the rest. But if that is the cast, then cast a very good actor. Or I think the directors don't understand how to bring out the acting from the what? Actors.
Sure.
Do you get how to bring it, how to bring out the characters? Most times we are directing the actor instead of directing the character. Do you get me? We
Right.
direct, you will tell me, you say, Gray, so in this place you're supposed to fight like this. Mm-mm. You will tell me, you say, Gray, your character is a kung fu man. So I believe that in this thing, the character should be able to fight these guys. Then I'm going to ask you, I'll be like, director, so if it's a kung fu man, is it Tai Chi or is it kung fu? Let me know the kind of fighting style my character uses, because it depends on, with the fighting style, I will know if I can fight crowd or I cannot fight crowd. So you direct the character, not the actor himself. That's a mistake we make a lot in this industry.
Do you
All
think
right.
that the directors are knowledgeable enough? Do you think they read enough? I mean, it's one thing for you, for the screenwriter, to be able to write something properly, puts her soul or his soul into a script, tender it to the director. The actor is prepared, but then the director does not really have a clue. Is it
Perfect.
that we don't see that? Like, is it that the people do not, the directors do not understand that? Okay, as much as I'm reading the script, I'm trying to put down the whatever it is that they're trying to put down. You also have to make your own investigation. You also have to make your own research. You also have to make your own. And then again, I have another question with prep time.
Hmm.
Sometimes we have very serious stories and no prep time. And I've been on a
Preparation.
set where an actor goes and say, "Can we dry run? Can we do this?" And the director says, "You have the lines. You have the lines already. What do you need to dry? Let's shoot."
Okay. The first one about directors being knowledgeable enough. I
Right.
tell people one thing. I say any movie you watch, is the director's perspective you are seeing.
Mm.
So the movie is the director's perspective, except maybe the producers change the director away from the movie and re-edit the movie by themselves. But every movie you watch is the director's perspective. I tell people this: in the director is the coach.
Mm.
Director is what? Coach. So Manu is playing a match. If Manu loses 5-0, whether all the players play nonsense on the field, everybody will blame the what? The coach.
Sure.
It's your team. You understand? It's your team. To blame the coach. So any movie you see is the director's perspective, because you can take the same script and give to 5 different directors, and the way they will direct the movie will be very what? Different. So I think our directors need to do more research and
Mm-hmm.
study more. Because I've been to some sets, I'll just sneak into some sets sometimes, and I see the director just holding his phone. And I don't think he has been discussed with the cinematographer. It's like these days, I think the cinematographers are the directors. The director will just sit down and be like, okay, action. The cinematographer that will now the cameras will be taking different shots. Director will take cuts. Okay, cinematographer do close-up shots. The cinematographer will say, let me try this other angle. Let me try this shot here at this point. I think it's going to make a very good shot. Director is just pressing phone. He just collects money and goes. And I believe that every director should sit down with the editor doing editing. It's your story.
Mm.
Sit down with the what? Editor. So that you tell him, this is the way I want the story to be what? Told. You people are doing it what? Together like that, like that. So the question you asked about preparation time, we joke with preparation time a lot in our industry. I know we don't have the time. But I believe we should try. Even if to pull up dry runs. Why, maybe for example, why they are setting up why the cinematographer and everybody is setting up. Even if you didn't do the rehearsal before that day, you guys should be on set there. You should not, the director should not go and sit down and say when everything is ready, you should call him. Sit down with the actors. Okay, tell me what you have. You have the lines already, Abby. Okay, act. Let me see. If I need acting, okay, let's work on this thing and work on this thing. Because if we get preparation time very well, we'll come up with awesome movies and we will not spend so much time on sets. Because it's bocha papa. Pia, 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 pia. You get so. All right.
Looking from the writer's point of view, we're almost out of time. Do you think that the writers are paid enough?
No. No. writers are not paid enough, and I'll blame it on two people. We'll blame it on Desmond Elliott. I'm joking. I'm joking. uh But um, but the thing is this: writers are not paid well at all. We're not our in this industry. We don't pay writers well. We don't even give writers the credit they deserve. Writers are not paid well. We don't give them the credit what they deserve. And I will still blame. I'll blame the yes. I'll blame our economy. Our economy is really bad. Also, one. Then also, I'll still blame the writers too. I know. Yes, man must chop. Do you understand? Man must what? Chop.
Chop.
Man must chop. But that doesn't mean you will settle for less. I've seen them pay people 20K to write a feature-length movie. And in my head, I'm like, I don't understand. 20K for a feature-length movie. You get me? So, yes, I tell, when people graduate from, when I finish teaching writers how to write, I'll tell them, like, okay, cool. Maybe your first job, you can do it for a very cheap price. The idea is so that you show your skill out there.
Right.
After your first job, make sure your work is very good, and you've shown your skill out there to somebody better has seen your work. After the first two jobs, the next thing is start putting an okay but good price for yourself. Do you understand? I cannot determine how much you will collect for a feature-length movie, but my prodigies, I tell all my prodigies that for a feature-length movie, since you're just starting, you can collect 80 to 120 for a feature-length movie. It depends on if it's all the simple drama and the rest. 80 to 120K, you can collect it for a feature-length movie. Then after that, you start moving up. From there, you can enter 150, you can enter 200. Do you understand? Sometimes you can look at the person and you find out that, okay, minus gaining only money from this person. This person is a great filmmaker. He will tell my story very well. Okay, we can negotiate the whole stuff. But I don't feel writers are paid well in these industries. And producers and filmmakers, please, please, please. See, I'm telling you something. If you give writer, say an upcoming writer, you give the person 100K for script to write a feature-length movie. Look at it like this. Just imagine imagine it as a job for the person. Imagine somebody writes one movie a month, and they pay the person 100K. Just imagine it's the person's salary. It's a monthly gig for the person. So you know that every month I'm writing a feature-length movie. They pay me 100K. It's something. It's too small though, in this country. 100K is still small because I went to the market of recent and Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
For
it's really crazy, but
film, it's small.
Yes, it's too small. But for an upcoming writer, somebody that just came out from film school, somebody that just finished learning how to write, and his work is actually very good. Give him 100K. You will see the way the person he will write the job. He will write the job as in God. You say, Jesus is Lord. Is this my script? You say, yeah, it's your script, sir. It's your script.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
So let's filmmakers, if you guys are listening, please let's pay writers well. Let's pay writers well, and writers also try and keep to deadline. Writers try and keep to deadline.
What happens to writers when they don't keep to deadline?
So one mistake many upcoming writers have and make is that you are writing your script. And after you write the first page, you will go back and write the first page again. You go back and write the first page again. You go back and write the first page again. You want it to be what? Perfect. But the secret of the trade. So this is what actually happens. A writer what? Writes. So a writer writes. A novelist finishes a novel. So what I tell writers first is your first draft. I never show anybody my first draft. My first draft. You say I cannot write. The idea for the first draft is pour the idea what? Out, rush it, finish the thing from beginning to what? End. When you're done, you cannot tell the person, whoever is paying you, say, I finished the first draft. You send it to the person, see the first draft. It's still rough, but that's the first draft. You have an idea of what the story is like before you now pick up the second draft and the rest. So when you don't keep to deadline as a writer, it has a way of affecting you later on, because a time will come when people will be like, he's a great writer, but I can't trust him with my work. Do you understand? Even as a writer, when they approach you, give them a reasonable timeline. That's what I will tell you. Give me 1 month or a month and a half. But in that month and a half, I can finish it 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so depending on the story. But I want that 1 month so that I can be comfortable to write. Do you get so?
Right.
All right.
So, Mr. Grayon, let me ask you one final question. As a writer, do you have other writers that inspire you?
Yes, so yes, so Jesus is Lord. I have many writers that inspire me. And when I say writers right now, it's not only just from movies alone, but from novels also. Because I believe from novels also, because there's some writers when I'm reading their works, it's some books when I'm reading the books, like I'm watching a movie. Do you understand? So Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan, his brother, they are
Yeah.
awesome writers. Do you understand? Take their work, read it, you'll be inspired. Freya Walsh, and Peter Jackson. She's the wife of Peter Jackson.
Okay.
She's a great writer too. She's an awesome writer. I love reading her works. Um, the writer for this movie. Sometimes I have issues with people's names, but maybe you gotta look at the movies. Um, Gone Girl, the writer in Gone Girl, the writer for Curious Case of Benjamin Bolton. Awesome storytelling. This movie, What Happened to Monday? What Happened to Monday? I wish I wrote that story.
Enjoyed that film.
Good. A Silent Place. A Silent Place is an awesome movie, but not Bird Box. So Bird Box to me was overhyped. A Silent Place is a great movie. Do you understand? So so when I see writings like that, no, you don't laugh, don't laugh. When I see writings like that, it actually inspires me. Do you understand? And finally, for writers, I tell writers one very funny thing. The best way to win an award as a writer is through your director. Because when they are giving an award for best screenplay, they're not going to collect all the scripts and start reading all the scripts.
True.
Do you understand? Because if they are doing it like that, there are so many writers who wrote very well, but the film is actually stupid. They'll give them an award. But it's a film. So even as writers, when we are making out that they did not do our film well, no matter how you write the story, it's still the director that will tell the what story. So still give the director credit at the same time too. You get all right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gregan. Writers, I hope
You're
you heard.
welcome.
Filmmakers, because even me, I'm on some of these tables, deadlines. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tutoring us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.